Hi and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing this interesting artist palette. I found this at the store the other day and I thought this was a really nice piece. I'm not sure if this brand is something that is easily available, but I think that I've seen a lot of different variations of this. So I thought this is a good interesting thing to try out. So I picked this up for 68 rupees INR, and let's see how the swatches are, and we'll make a cute little cartoon painting in the end with it. So this comes with a brush, so you can lift this off. It's not one of those nice brushes. I will show you why. It's hard to take out. So this has those this brush tip, which is not very nice. This is one of those plastic brush tips. They are not usable at all in any way. I'll probably show you a small demo of it with this while we make swatches. I think this can be removed. It doesn't really look very nice. I'm not sure what this is for, if this is going to be a small palette area to be used, but it's not exactly very usable. But let's try out. I'm going to create swatches of this. We'll use this brush itself to create the swatches, and then we'll make the painting. It's terrible. It doesn't even hold any water, so I'm not going to be using this to create the swatches. I'm shifting to my brush. So this is their pink. It's not bad, but it's also not very strong in the pigment. Like, it's quite light, and yes, it's extremely light. But the gradation is good. It's not very bad. But I do have to like rub into this quite often to get a little bit of color out. So I'm not sure how convenient that would be, especially if it's a beginner and not sure. Like, if I just do it once, it's going to be like this. But if I do it multiple times, only then I'm able to get a little darker color. So with tubes, it's a little more easier to handle. With cakes, this is going to happen. You also need to figure out on the basis of different brands. They work very differently. So this is all right. Like, I can't do too much of a gradation because the color is already pretty light. So I guess this is good to fill in solid colors and not really do a lot of gradation or watercolor techniques with them. So let's move on now to this side. The dark green is so light. Like, I'm struggling to get a darker shade out of this. I think the lighter one will be even lighter than, I don't know how this will be. This is a very interesting palette. It doesn't really gradate much. Let's go to the brown. It already looks pretty light in the palette, but when I add water, it seems to have gotten darker. This is literally the darkest color of the entire palette. So you can see like a good amount of gradation happening, but it's not too smooth. The gradation is all right. It's not exactly very smooth as you would like it to be. The blue is really light as well. So it's literally the gradation of this color that's coming out in the blue here. Let's try the black. I hope the black is dark. It does look dark to me, so yes. So I think the only two colors which are dark is the brown and the black. The gradation is average. It's not very good. how do I say that? It's the smoothness. It's not too smooth. White is not very visible, but I just wanted to try it out. Alright, so we're going to make a small sketch right now. A very cute drawing of a boy, and we'll try and color that in. You can draw this along with me even if you don't have the same paints. If you have some other colors, whether it's crayons, watercolors, whatever is there, you could just draw that along. Use those mediums to create your piece of art. Okay, so a really simple drawing, and now we're going to fill in the details. So for the hair, I'll probably use the red. Hopefully this time if I try really hard, it will come dark. I'm going to use some water to gradate this. And we can add a little bit of black. So it's not very nice when you add layers of colors. You can see how it's removing my base red when I apply the black over it. So these are good for one layer. Okay, my green is too light, so I'll probably pick the brown for the shoes, or maybe the brown for the shorts. It's a little average in gradation, so I'm just trying to like manage as much as possible. And we'll use a dark blue for the t-shirt. In this I'll probably skip gradation. I won't do too much of it. Okay. The flow of the colors is not very good. You can see how it's a little patchy as compared to the others. I have used cheaper art supplies and something for like 50, 40, 30, but I think these are a little hard to use. It's not exactly very nice. But maybe, you know, if you're just going to fill in the colors and not really on a larger scale, these will work very well only in a small scale. The paper that I'm using right now is A5. So A5, A6, these are going to be all right. But if you're going to be filling in bigger size papers, you're going to have to struggle quite a bit. So I wouldn't recommend you to go through that. So I'm going to now take my size 00 brush and try and create an outline. So we'll use the black here. So hopefully it doesn't smudge in. You can also use a pen. I want to just figure out how this black is, which is why I'm using the paints directly. So if I use it dark, it is able to flow a little bit. But not all of their colors are this dark. I've in fact used all their darkest colors in this painting. So when I add a lot of water, the paint is getting a little chalky over there. It's also becoming like a paste. More than chalky, I think. Yeah, it's more like a paste. So I'm finding it a little hard now to create thin lines, although this is like a size 00 brush. It's a little bit of struggle to get this thing right. Oops. This is very funny. So this is what it is. Although I've used a size 00 brush, you can see my lines are so thick. It's because the more water or a little bit of water that I add over here, it's starting to become a little, I think, gooey or creamy. I'll just show you the consistency over here of the paint. So then it becomes really difficult to use it inside this palette. I'll have to probably, maybe this is why this is here. I'll have to add it over here and maybe put some water and then try my lines. Maybe that's what this tiny section over here is for. So overall, my verdict for these ones are, it's more for novelty, not really for painting or doing anything with them. In case you do have one set like this already with you, then yes, you can use my videos to create something in this style. But otherwise, I would rate them like 3 on 10, not really something that I would want you to go and buy. So I hope this video was useful for you, and if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications for my videos next time. See you for the next one. Bye bye.